Hello, Los Angeles Dodgers fans. We've got fresh, exclusive videos and the latest updates just for you. Before we dive in, make sure to join our channel and hit that like button. This is the best way to stay on top of all the breaking news. The Los Angeles Dodgers have once again proven that sometimes the most impactful moves happen under the radar, quietly shaping the future while the spotlight seems to be elsewhere. At this year's trade deadline, while many eyes were glued to headline-grabbing deals across the league, the Dodgers orchestrated a series of subtle but potentially game-changing transactions that could define their season and beyond. One of the more talked-about moves was the departure of right-hander Dustin May, a pitcher with undeniable talent but who struggled to cement his place in the Dodgers' rotation this season. The decision to trade May to the Boston Red Sox wasn't met with loud fanfare. But inside the Dodgers organization, it was a strategic move with the long-term picture in mind. In exchange, the Dodgers acquired James Tibbs III, a promising young outfielder and one of the top prospects in the Red Sox system. Tibbs, still making his way through the minors, hasn't posted eye-popping stats yet, but the buzz around him is immense. Baseball insiders have noted that Tibbs was a key piece in the Red Sox's trade for Rafael Devers, indicating just how valuable he is perceived in the baseball world. Tibbs is a player whose raw tools and athleticism suggest a bright future. Although his current batting average hovers around the low 220s and his slugging is still developing, there's a sense that he's on the cusp of a breakthrough. For the Dodgers, this move signals a willingness to invest in youth and potential, betting on the idea that Tibbs can become a cornerstone player in the years to come. It's a classic Dodgers approach. Build a roster not just for today, but for the seasons ahead, ensuring sustained success through a blend of proven stars and emerging talent. Meanwhile, on the field and in the clubhouse, the Dodgers roster remains confident and focused despite the competitive heat turning up around them. The San Diego Padres, their closest rivals in the National League West, have been busy making waves, particularly by fortifying their bullpen with the acquisition of closer Mason Miller, who is widely regarded as one of the best relievers in the game right now. This aggressive pursuit of talent by the Padres has raised the stakes in the division race, creating an environment where every game and every player's performance is magnified. Yet, the Dodgers are banking on their core players' return to form to carry them through this stretch. Injuries and slumps have kept some stars off their peak performance, but the general manager has made it clear that he believes in the roster's talent and depth. Coming into the season, this was one of the most talented groups the Dodgers have assembled in years, and while the team may not have played its best baseball yet, the potential remains huge. The key now is getting healthy and unlocking the full capabilities of the roster as the postseason looms closer. One of the more pressing storylines involves Mookie Betts, whose struggles at the plate have become a major talking point this year. Betts, usually one of the most consistent and dynamic hitters in the league, is experiencing the toughest season of his career, batting well below his standards. His numbers tell a tough story. Barely above 230 at the plate overall, and since July started, dropping even further to near 210. The slump has been so pronounced that Betts ranks among the lowest in offensive production among qualified hitters in Major League Baseball during this stretch. In an attempt to shake things up, Dodgers manager Dave Roberts moved Betts into the leadoff spot, hoping a change in the batting order would spark a turnaround. However, after 10 games with only minimal improvement, Roberts shifted Betts back to the number 2 spot, deciding against pushing him further down the lineup once the returning Max Muncy was healthy. Roberts expressed that despite the ongoing slump, he sees Betts as an essential part of the Dodgers' offensive strategy, emphasizing that he is not willing to lose faith in a player of Betts' caliber. Roberts has been quite clear in his approach. Even amid the offensive struggles, Betts remains a premium player whose value extends beyond simple numbers on a stat sheet. The manager's philosophy is that slumps are temporary and that the best version of the Dodgers includes Betts batting near the top of the order, where his skill set and experience can maximize run production. It's a decision rooted in trust and belief, standing firm in the conviction that Betts will climb out of this funk and regain his status as one of baseball's elite hitters. Of course, there are other players on the roster who have been producing at a higher level this season, most notably Will Smith. Smith has been a consistent force in the middle of the Dodgers' batting order, posting numbers that put him among the best hitters in the majors this year. Logically, some would argue that Smith deserves a more prominent role near the top of the lineup to optimize the team's offensive output. However, Roberts has reasons for not making that move. Smith's playing time is somewhat limited as he does not start every game, so adjusting the lineup to accommodate him fully would create inconsistency in the team's offensive structure. Roberts has explained that maintaining a stable and coherent lineup is critical, especially when juggling players who don't appear daily. He weighs the alternatives carefully and recognizes that, for now, there isn't a clearly better option than keeping Betts near the front of the order despite his struggles. It's a balancing act between respecting player roles and managing performance slumps without disrupting the team's chemistry and rhythm. When looking deeper into the Dodgers' offensive woes, it becomes clear that the problem is not isolated to Betts. Since the beginning of July, the team ranks near the bottom of the league in on-base plus slugging percentage, reflecting a broader challenge in generating runs. The Dodgers have scored fewer runs than nearly every other team during this period, a concerning trend for a club with championship aspirations. Despite the offensive challenges, the Dodgers did not make any blockbuster trades at the deadline, choosing instead to bolster the roster with more subtle additions like outfielder Alex Call, who brings depth and versatility as a quality fourth outfielder. The front office's belief is that the existing group has enough talent to turn things around on its own, especially as players return from injuries and regain their form. Freddie Freeman, one of the Dodgers' veteran leaders, has echoed this sentiment, reminding everyone that the team's potential remains as high as ever. He pointed out that the team had been praised in spring training for its strength and talent, and despite the recent struggles, that core identity has not changed. Freeman acknowledges that some players are just now finding their rhythm, and as they do, the Dodgers will regain their offensive prowess and resume their position as one of the league's best teams. The leadership group in the clubhouse, headed by veterans like Freddie Freeman, Max Muncy, and Clayton Kershaw, has remained steadfast in maintaining a positive atmosphere. Freeman, in particular, has stepped up not only as a productive player, but as a vocal motivator, emphasizing the importance of trust and patience. His message is clear. Great teams don't crumble in the face of adversity. They rally and elevate their game. The confidence he expresses is not mere optimism, but a reflection of the underlying talent and experience that still defines this Dodgers roster. Max Muncy's recent return from injury is a crucial factor in this equation. Known for his clutch hitting and ability to change the dynamics of an inning with one swing, Muncy adds a much-needed boost to the middle of the batting order. His presence also provides more flexibility in lineup construction, which manager Dave Roberts can leverage to optimize matchups and rest key players without sacrificing offensive potential. This flexibility is essential as the Dodgers prepare for a grueling stretch run where every at-bat and every pitching decision will be magnified. Pitching, as always, remains a cornerstone of the Dodgers' identity. The starting rotation has had its ups and downs this season, with injuries and inconsistency forcing Roberts to make adjustments on the fly. Still, the core group of arms, including seasoned veterans and emerging talents, continues to deliver quality innings that keep the Dodgers competitive in most games. The bullpen, a vital piece for late-game success, has seen some shifts with the trade deadline additions, and the staff as a whole is working to find the right balance between shutting down opponents and managing workloads. The Dodgers' pitching philosophy emphasizes versatility and depth, allowing them to navigate the inevitable fatigue and injuries that come with a long season. This strategic approach was evident in the quiet trade deadline activity. Rather than going all in for big names, the team prioritized adding players who can contribute in multiple roles and strengthen the roster's overall resilience. This mindset reflects a broader trend in baseball toward valuing flexibility and adaptability, especially in the modern game where analytics and situational play dominate. One particularly interesting storyline has been the way the Dodgers have managed Mookie Betts' slump. Rather than reacting impulsively, the coaching staff has taken a measured approach, balancing the need to support one of their top players with the imperative to maximize the team's offensive output. Roberts' decision to keep Betts near the top of the lineup, despite his struggles, signals a deep belief in the player's ability to rebound. This move also speaks to the intangible qualities Betts brings: leadership, experience, and a dynamic presence on the field that can't be easily replaced. Betts' slump, while concerning, also highlights the unpredictable nature of baseball. Even the best players go through rough patches, and the key to success often lies in how teams manage these periods. By maintaining confidence in Betts, the Dodgers are sending a message about the value of resilience and trust. It's a reminder that baseball is a mental game as much as it is physical, and that sometimes the greatest impact comes from supporting players through adversity rather than benching them at the first sign of trouble. Looking ahead, the Dodgers face a schedule packed with challenges: divisional rivals, teams fighting for playoff spots, and long road trips that test the endurance of every player. The grind of the season will require everyone to contribute, from the stars to the role players. The depth added through recent acquisitions like Alex Call provides the team with options off the bench and in the outfield, crucial for managing the wear and tear of a demanding calendar. Another layer to the Dodgers season is the constant pressure of expectations. As one of the most successful franchises in recent years, the Dodgers carry the weight of a fanbase hungry for championships. This environment can be both motivating and stressful, pushing players to elevate their game, but also magnifying every mistake. The mental toughness required to thrive under this spotlight is immense, and it's something that the Dodgers veterans understand well. Their experience navigating postseason battles and high-pressure situations will be invaluable as the team pushes toward the final months of the season. The front office's confidence in the roster is evident not just in public statements, but in the strategic decisions made behind the scenes. Choosing to invest in prospects like James Tibbs III rather than going for headline-grabbing trades suggests a long-term vision that balances present competitiveness with future potential. This approach aligns with the Dodgers' organizational philosophy, which has long emphasized a strong farm system and player development as keys to sustained success. Tibbs' arrival adds intrigue to the Dodgers' outfield picture moving forward. While he continues to hone his skills in the minors, the potential for him to become a dynamic player who can impact games both offensively and defensively is exciting. His progression will be watched closely by fans and analysts alike, as he represents the next generation of Dodgers talent ready to take the mantle from current stars as the years progress. In the meantime, the focus remains on maximizing the current roster's output. The balance between managing veterans returning from injury, nurturing young players finding their stride, and maintaining a cohesive team dynamic is delicate. Each game presents an opportunity to build momentum and reinforce the Dodgers' status as contenders. The challenges are many, but so are the tools at their disposal. Offensively, the Dodgers know they must tighten up their approach at the plate. The recent struggles in scoring runs have underscored the need for better situational hitting, patience at the plate, and capitalizing on opportunities. It's not just about individual performance, but how the lineup works collectively to manufacture runs, apply pressure, and seize momentum in critical moments. Improving this aspect of their game could be the difference maker in close contests and playoff scenarios. Defensively, the Dodgers continue to excel. The combination of athleticism, positioning, and communication has kept them among the league's best units in preventing runs. Defense often goes underappreciated in highlight reels, but it is a foundational aspect of championship-caliber teams. The Dodgers' commitment to sound defense helps support their pitching staff and creates additional scoring opportunities by limiting opponents' chances. As the postseason approaches, every decision, from lineup tweaks to pitching changes, will be scrutinized. The Dodgers' ability to adapt, stay healthy, and maintain confidence in their players will be paramount. The blend of experience and youth, veterans and prospects, offers both stability and excitement. How this mix performs in the heat of the playoff chase will ultimately define the team's legacy this season. But before we move forward, don't forget to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest news about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the news, so drop a comment below. Clayton Kershaw, one of modern baseball's greatest legends, has announced his retirement in a shocking and controversial move, fiercely criticizing the Los Angeles Dodgers' inner workings. After a brilliant career filled with both individual and team achievements, Kershaw exposed a hidden side of the franchise, accusing it of betrayal behind the scenes. In an exclusive interview, the pitcher claimed he felt completely abandoned and disrespected despite years of dedication to the Dodgers' success. These revelations have sparked intense debate about the team's internal culture and how personal and professional relationships are managed within a high-level sports organization. Kershaw didn't hold back his criticisms toward the management and even some teammates, suggesting his loyalty and hard work were disregarded when he needed support the most, especially during the final stretch of his career. His comments have shaken the foundation of a franchise long admired for its success and cohesion, casting doubt on the true atmosphere inside the clubhouse. This dramatic announcement not only marks the end of an era, but also opens a window into the darker realities that can exist behind the shining facade of a championship-caliber team. Over the years, Clayton Kershaw built an enviable career, establishing himself as one of Major League Baseball's most dominant pitchers. His resume includes multiple Cy Young Awards, numerous All-Star appearances, and ultimately, the coveted World Series title in 2020 with the Dodgers. However, despite his on-field glory, Kershaw revealed that the reality behind the scenes was often far from the glamour and success the franchise displayed publicly. He described an environment fraught with internal rivalries, poor communication, and decisions that left him in difficult situations during critical points of the season. The sense of betrayal stemmed, he said, from a lack of support from key figures, which not only affected his performance, but also sapped his motivation to keep competing at the highest level. His retirement thus leaves behind a dual legacy: outstanding athletic brilliance and troubling shadows over the team's internal management. The pitcher's candid remarks have raised important questions about how even the most successful sports organizations may struggle with maintaining trust and cohesion among their stars. The reaction from fans and the media to Kershaw's retirement and accusations was immediate and intense, reflecting his immense impact on the sport and the baseball community. Many expressed shock and outrage at the allegations, questioning the Dodgers' team culture and demanding greater transparency from the front office. Meanwhile, sports analysts began discussing the extent to which internal dynamics can influence player performance and overall team success. Kershaw's frankness brought a sensitive topic into the spotlight: the fragility of relationships within teams that outwardly appear solid and well-organized. His departure leaves a significant hole in the Dodgers roster, but it also sets a precedent for other athletes to speak openly about their experiences, potentially influencing how sports teams in the United States handle internal policies and athlete welfare going forward. The ripple effects of his statements may well lead to broader cultural changes within professional sports environments, encouraging honesty and better support systems for players. On the sporting front, Clayton Kershaw's absence presents a major challenge for the Dodgers, who now must find ways to fill the void left by one of their most iconic figures. His leadership, experience, and technical skill were key pillars for the team, especially in high-stakes games and playoff runs. The franchise faces the task of restructuring its pitching rotation and scouting new talents capable of upholding the high competitive standards that have become synonymous with the Dodgers. Additionally, the organization must work to rebuild trust within the clubhouse and with its fan base, both shaken by Kershaw's claims of betrayal. This situation signals a delicate transition phase for the team, where renewal efforts must go hand in hand with restoring the internal and external image of the franchise. The effects of Kershaw's retirement will undoubtedly echo through upcoming seasons, testing the Dodgers' resilience and ability to reinvent themselves while confronting the challenges exposed by one of their greatest stars. Clayton Kershaw ends his career leaving behind a complex legacy, one that combines extraordinary athletic genius with the controversies that marked his final years with the Dodgers. His retirement is not only the close of a remarkable chapter, but also a stark warning to professional sports about the less glamorous realities behind the scenes. By speaking out about betrayal, Kershaw highlights the vulnerabilities and tensions that exist even within the world's most prestigious sports organizations, prompting vital discussions about ethics, support, and recognition in competitive environments. While fans mourn the loss of an icon, they also watch closely to see how the Dodgers respond to this turbulent moment and what lessons will be learned to prevent future athletes from enduring similar hardships. Clayton Kershaw's story, with all its highs and lows, will continue to be studied and debated as an example of talent, courage, and the complexities of life, both on and off the field. That's all for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with exclusive news about the Los Angeles Dodgers, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. See you in the next video.